Hey Google, can you survive off bananas? Turns out I might have been underpaying my workers.
Stop working.
Not you, Wally.
Continue working.
If you watched my last video, you will have seen that I got so much help from both Kendall and Glenn when I redid the deck and essentially transformed the whole face of my little cabin here on my 5-acre property. As a lot of you know, I've been putting so much work in general into the property and trying to make it more sustainable, more off-grid. But yeah, I probably should pay my helpers a bit more appropriately. So in this video, we're going to rectify that. But before we jump into any more of my own work, the last couple of days, I've been helping them out on a project and it's a huge chapter for them. So let's jump back to that first. So we are now down at the side of their tiny, and have a look guys, it is marked out and we are ready to start clearing the space. We're officially, what did you call it?
Breaking ground.
We're breaking ground, and these guys are going to be documenting it all on their channel, so please feel free to go over and watch it over there. But I'm going to be helping them using Cat, and yeah, we're just going to start making this space a bit flatter for the tiny house ready to arrive. Because it's not far away.
Yeah, we're pumped.
Here we go.
So exciting.
Yes.
Ok has stuck his head out to say he too is excited out of his little cave. It's a good look, buddy. Glenn and I are now going to keep going with essentially helping get their site ready. I want to help as much as I can because, hey Leo, supervisor number 2, because obviously he helped me so much and I just love this stuff. I love being on Cat. Just look how beautiful he is over there. But now, in order to make sure it doesn't become kind of like a boggy mess, we are going to put down some road base, compact it with Cat. I love my little commune. Well, that was incredibly satisfying. It just did, I feel like, all our work in about, what was that, 20 minutes?
Beautiful. Oh, he will.
Well, this gives us a good idea of the size of your house, and
It's so
I mean,
tiny.
it's not big.
the point of a tiny house, I guess.
Definitely tiny, that's for sure.
And it's going to have a loft too, so that definitely adds living
It'll
space.
help for sure. Upstairs will be our bedroom, downstairs living, dining, kitchen, bathroom, everything.
And also, who really cares when you're going to have a beautiful deck here looking out over this.
That view. That's the best part.
Leo's pretty chuffed. He wants to go back in the car. He's like, I'm ready for another ride. And where is El Supervisor Senior? Do we get the final sign off, Ock? Final sign off? Oh yeah. Thanks, buddy. Another project ticked off the list. And speaking of projects ticked off the list, that brings me back to where we are now. Some of you may have seen when I built out these veggie gardens, and somehow unbelievably that was 5 months ago, yet embarrassingly they remain empty. A big part of that was at the time we were getting so much rain, but also there was a lot of shade here and I was waiting for more sun to hit this space, and there's almost too much sun hitting it right now. This is an absolute scorcher of a day. It is 30 degrees. It's actually one of the hottest I can remember it being on here, but Glenn is leaving tomorrow. He's going to help me out for a bit this Savo as well as Kendall. I'm going to make the most of that cheap labour this afternoon, get them helping me on these garden beds. It is finally time to grow some food. All right, 18. You ready?
Yes.
Alright, so I've sent these guys off to look for rocks. I'll show you on this one because I've emptied it out a bit. But at the base of each of these, there is already a drain hole, and we want to keep that free for if we ever want to fully drain the wicking beds. So the plan is to put kind of a big rock in front of each of those. And whilst they grab the rocks, I'm going to go grab the trailer, because last night I did go back for a third and final load, and this one was of course river sand, which is going to make up the base of all our garden beds. Wow, That's a heavy load. I wasn't sure that was going to make it up the hill. Quick trivia question. Do you know why it's river sand?
No.
It like compacts nicely, maybe.
Are you saying as opposed to other sand?
Yeah, it's
No.
normal sand. I only saw this in a video, which is so I feel superior. 'Cause I know.
Yeah, I'm like, is this common knowledge?
Yeah, I
Because
was
I feel
like,
really dumb.
damn it.
No, because normal sand has salt in it, which is not good for garden beds.
No way.
River sand, fresh water.
There you go.
The more you know.
Good
The
to know.
more you know. And I love this little rock collection we got going here. It's a nice boulder.
That's a nice bowl.
I want to explain to you what a wicking bed is and how it works before we go too far into it. What a wicking bed is it's a layer or a reservoir that holds water down the bottom section. Then you have a dividing layer. I'm going to put some landscaping material there and then some organics. And then there's a growing medium, and the growing medium itself shouldn't be more than 30 centimeters. But the thing is, you need a overflow drain tap. If we get a lot of rain, it's going to allow the water to flow out because you don't want your soil to become too soggy. The idea of these is that you can water your plants far less often, but yeah, you don't want them to get too wet and moist because that also ruins your veggies. So this overflow just means if it gets to a certain level, water flows out, we're all good. And as you've seen, sometimes it does like to rain in the rainforest. I'll explain it more as we go, but just wanted to give you a bit of an understanding. How you feeling, guys?
Hot.
Not too woozy though. Those bananas are sustaining you.
Yeah.
Apparently they won't forever, is the term I read.
I reckon
So
we could push it.
we're all pretty much just counting down for that sun to get behind this tree, because then all of this will be in shade. And whilst we do take a quick break to dodge the worst of this heat, it is actually glorious in here because I've finally got some air conditioning. I also want to take this opportunity to quickly thank Headspace for sponsoring today's video and actually sneak a quick moment of stillness for myself. I think for so many people, the idea of sitting, not doing anything, can almost cause this increased sense of worry and anxiety because they feel like it'll give those emotions a chance to expand. So instead, what a lot of people seem to do is jump on the phone and doom scroll on social media apps. And the problem with that is that our attention is one of our biggest resources, but it is limited. And so when we stay in a constant state of distraction, there tends to be consequences. We can feel burnt out, we get stressed, we can feel in a constant state of overwhelm, and worst case, we can get sick from it. This is where I love Headspace. It gives me and my mind permission to truly rest, and after 3 years, I still feel better every time after using it. So much so that it's pipped my #1 spot on my home screen on my phone. I've now moved all the social media apps away from there and just left things that actually help my mental health. Headspace is a mental health guide that teaches simple techniques through guided meditations, eyes open exercises like mindfulness walks and runs, breathing exercises, sleep content, focus playlists, and more. Through meditation, I have seen huge improvements in the way I react to difficult situations. I feel more rested, connected, and much more mindful to the world around me than I ever have before. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off the Headspace subscription in their Black Friday sale. All you have to do is click the link in my description below or scan the QR code here on screen. This is their biggest deal of the year, so you'll never get it at a lower price. I talk a lot on this channel about being kind to yourself and being kind to your mind included. Make today the day. I promise you won't regret it. And now, I'm going to give myself a little nice moment of stillness before jumping back into work.
Just because our eyes are open does not mean that we're awake. Just because our eyes are closed does not mean that we're asleep.
I don't know if you could tell on that wider shot and seeing Kendall almost disappearing into the tubs, but this is what she's doing. She's just getting kind of a level layer of sand for us to work with, and that is going to allow the next layer. The point of this drainage pipe is essentially that it just allows more water to sit in that reservoir, allowing you to go even longer without watering it. And the idea of this guy, which is going to be up in each corner of the bed, is essentially that you'll be able to fill with a garden hose from here below the veggies, once again watering from below. and it more evenly distributes the water throughout the soil as well, so it's actually healthier for the veggies. Now we're just going to fill them with a lot of sand. That was a cube and a half of sand, for anyone wondering, and still not quite enough. Just for reference, we want to get up to the level of that overflow valve, so still probably just a little bit short. The irony is not lost on me that I chose to do this job because it would be an easier one and a break before, well, between doing the deck and before doing the bathroom, but it seems like this is going to be a bit of work too.
Yeah. No such thing as an easy job.
No such thing as an easy job. And I'm very glad I snuck in that medi at lunch because I feel like I really needed a little bit of a reset, and I think I'm going to do an early morning one tomorrow too. Are you going to join me, young sir? What do you reckon? Oki says goodnight.
Leo.
He's growling. Oh, is he sitting on you for a change, buddy?
Oh, what a surprise.
You may not have seen it, but it was quite the opposite on the drive there.
Oh, was it?
Leo was really on top of it. There we go. Good morning, and welcome to sand day number 2. More sand. Another load done.
Done.
So we've finally got the sand to a level where we want it. We're gonna have a 30 centimeter growing medium, which is kind of here. And what you can see here is we've covered up, this is the water outlet. And so that's a medium that water will be able to flow through, but it stops bugs and it stops sand getting in there. And then finally smooth this out kind of level. And then we're ready for our next layer. And that was a hell of a lot of sand. Classic slacker, knocking off early, huh? Well, this is a special little break from work because what are you going to pick up, mate?
Oh, something very exciting. We're getting a new car.
A new member to the family, Bruce.
Yep. Bruce will be the new addition to the commune.
And what's also almost most exciting actually for Kendall is Kendall actually can't drive manual or stick, which is what Nigel, their other baby, is. So Bruce is an auto, which means she's going to have a lot more independence as well, being able to drive in and out. So very exciting for everyone.
So pumped.
But how far are you going to get him?
It's going to be a 23-hour drive in the end, so I got to fly there and then 23 hours back.
And I feel like if any of you are from Europe or something, the idea of flying to get a second-hand car and driving 23 hours home, you'd be crossing about 10 country borders. So that's that's pretty insane. But it's also a chance for me to pick up more materials, and we will continue shortly. What a lovely afternoon. And I'm excited because I feel like by the end of the Savo, we're going to be ready for planting essentially. I know this is kind of a bit of the grunt work that gets us there, but yeah, we're getting close. Right, yeah, you roll and I'll pull this way too. Yeah. We're rolling out the white carpet for you, Leo. And here we have Leo, assistant supervisor, big aspirations. Good. Look at that strut. And will he sit at the end? Sit. Oh, what a good boy.
Up next,
we have Oki.
King Oki.
King Oki, senior supervisor, not new to a catwalk or a dog walk.
Wow.
This guy knows what he's doing.
He does.
Good assistance, Leo. Oh, ah. Good boy. Wow. Talk about a veteran. Let's cut this up. I've been saving this cardboard for 5 months. Leave no man behind. You all know what time it is? It's hugelkultur time, baby. Organic material, beware. Green. Did you ever think as a girl growing up in San Diego you'd be chopping banana leaves with a machete?
No, probably the furthest from that. Mom and Dad, if you're watching,
Be proud.
yeah, be very proud.
That's it.
Oh, that
Here we go, we're getting a rhythm. Nice. So hugelkultur, or my understanding of it, essentially is using organic materials you already kind of have on hand, and you put that at the lower, kind of the base of the soil structure, and what it does is it breaks down within the soil, and all the nutrients and everything from this organic material goes into the soil, helping improve it and helping feed your veggies. So it's a great way to get rid of... How are you going in the background there?
This one is a struggle. It doesn't
Come
wanna
on.
go.
Come on.
Oh.
Nice. So it's a great way to kind of clean up your yard and fill it with a bit of free filler before you get into your premium garden soils and compost and everything like I've got coming up. New day, new bush, huh, Supervisor? Oh. I don't know if I'll be able to show it on this, but this guy's blending in. If you hear that sound that's in the background and you're somewhere where it's not familiar, he's the guy making all that sound, him and all his buddies. Now, if I could just put in a noise complaint, who do I talk to, sir?
Do you think you two? Up to standards?
Crazy.
What's fake?
Nature's the best. That guy. With great power comes great responsibility. So the idea is this essentially separates our two layers, which is the water reservoir and now our growing soil layer. This is just some mulch. Next layer is just some of the stuff from around the yard we're grabbing. Some of the banana leaves. And then finally here, just some of that leftover cardboard. We're gonna get the hose in, water all this down, it'll start that water retention and just start the breakdown process of all this. Oh, he's back in.
Oh.
Out of here, bud. Leo, do not even think of it. Alright, Kendall, you do the honours.
Alright, here we go.
Nothing?
Nothing.
I'm guessing there's a kink. Where are you? Something tells me it's in this somewhere. This is actually going to need quite a lot, so just keep going there. And what'll be interesting is how long it takes to get to this overflow guy. I'm going to shut this. While she keeps away at that, I'll be starting on the next 7. Can you tell who's keen for another ride? Buddy, we're not going in again today. Give up. Glorious. And this next layer is premium garden soil. It's actually a mix of compost, garden soil, there's a little bit of fertilizer in there and a bit of sand to help with drainage again. Now, even though this already has some compost in it, this is just some local grown stuff that I got from a guy that seems to really know what he's doing. I feel like now that I've lived here for over a year, I can officially say, I feel it when rain's coming, and I think there's some rain coming, we'll see. Into the daily grind. Any protein pandas watching, I've brought this grievance up. Apparently it doesn't count as exercise doing all this, so if you want to comment on maybe Eamon and Bex or Craig and Amy's King Ian's videos and tell them I'm working my butt off over here, please do. So we'll just even this out now, but this should be around 30 centimeters or a little bit under. And what is wild, Kendall, notice how much heat is coming off this thing. It's literally hot to touch, which I think from memory, something with compost, with the reaction that happens, that causes that heat, but hopefully that's a sign it's good soil. Please let me know in the comments. What I'm gonna do finally is just put a layer of mulch on the top, and then we'll soak it right through and fill that reservoir right up. It does feel like it's gonna rain, so that'll probably help. But fill that reservoir right up, and then tomorrow or the next day we'll be planting the seeds. He's just resting his eyes again, guys. Not sleeping. See? He would never sleep on the job. Let's put a timer on, see how long it takes to fill up. There we go, folks. Just for reference, it took 5 minutes to fill that one. Beautiful. Okay. What about this one? Very. Lockie must have told his assistant supervisor he's having the afternoon off, which is very fair enough. And Leo is paying very close attention, doesn't want to miss a thing while Ockie has given him full control. That's right, buddy. And it is just the most beautiful afternoon. We were both just kind of taking it all in. Been this beautiful sun shower. And honestly, you have already seen the amount of shoveling that's gone into this, and I cannot thank Kendall and Glenn enough because I cannot imagine doing all this myself. I'm so grateful to these guys, and yeah, hopefully Glenn is with his new baby right now and driving her back this way. We are starting to run a little low on the soil, but it's going a fair way. We've got some pretty full garden beds. A few more to fill. I should also mention, actually, while I'm having a quick chat, thank you all so much for the support you guys showed Kendall and Glenn as well. And on the last video, I asked for comments and there's like 3,500. So you guys are the absolute best. And
It's been so nice seeing all of you come over to our channel and all the kind, warm welcomes of joining this community. It's been, yeah, a real pleasure. We love having you over there.
you guys are the best. And we're going to work into the duck, so we'll see you tomorrow. No. Ooh, good slap. Good morning. Well, it is shaping up to be an absolute stinker, the hottest one yet, and as you can probably tell by the cicadas in the background, they're forecasting it's coming too. Thankfully, we are pretty much done with the shoveling. I'm now just putting some of the excess down here. We've got a little bit left, but all the garden beds are finally full. I cannot believe how many, I think that was like 5 trailer loads of shoveling to get all that done. But now we are ready to start planting. I'm gonna just finish unloading this and head to a nursery to get some advice. So many choices. I may have gone a little heavy. That's great. The whole car is like a little garden in itself now. Look at this beautiful chili plant. And then lots of seed. Oh, look who's back. Bruce, wow. Welcome to the family.
Stoked. I made it.
How's the drive?
Long. 25 hours of driving.
You must have absolutely, what, in 2 days? Wow.
2 days.
What sort of car is it, Trevor?
It's a Mitsubishi Pajero, Generation 1 from 1990.
Not too cooked to work?
Nah, I'll make it work.
Well.
Oh, wow.
And it goes all the way through, and then...
And the front too.
Yeah.
Wow.
We get a lot.
In rabbit hutches.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a rabbit once.
I'm busy making memories.
What we've done at the moment is we've essentially separated everything into 8 different piles, which represent the 8 different garden beds.
Herbs.
You see, I'm not that excited about herbs, but...
Herbs.
I'm pumped about it. Well, we love cooking.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And I do not. Bed 1, we've got the herbs.
You're embracing the herbs.
The herbs.
With an American audience, they'll call us out for calling them.
They're already unsure what tomatoes are. So. First
Yeah.
in all the veggie garden is a flower, but it is an edible flower, and these actually attract bees and other bugs, good bugs, to keep away the bad ones. So,
What a moment.
Hey.
What a moment.
this is the leafy green bed. Nice.
Wow.
Nature.
Like
Now what do I do with it? I feel like this has really brought us back to kids because we're like, I don't know if these are going to survive.
Warm ass.
Yeah, it puts
oh my
out
gosh.
heat. We were talking
Yeah.
about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally it was steaming in the rain. We went to put these in, and then it says you plant each of these watermelons 1.5 meters apart. So I think I underestimated that. I bought 2 tubs of these. We were just saying how wholesome this kind of activity is as a little commune activity. They're already growing. Hold on.
Oh, no way.
You just have to wipe the dirt off,
Thank
but our first
you.
plant yield. I haven't had one.
Oh,
These garden beds are thriving.
already.
Look how
off to a
easy
great
gardening
start.
is.
Wow, I should have done this months ago.
Got a bit of dirt on it still, but
Good for you.
a sign of things to come.
Beautiful.
Lovely. These are the sweetheart strawberries.
Not to be confused with the negative Nancy strawberries.
These are the good guys.
This is our tomato bed, and we didn't realise how bloody tall they grow. So these stakes, which we've used, are actually the ones some of you will remember from the original veggie garden, and I saved them in the hope that I might be able to reuse them, and here they are. These are going to grow right up and hopefully don't block the view too much.
This is the biggest one we've got going in. Have a look at the bulbs on this too.
It's already yielding, like,
A lot.
it's thriving.
Yeah, and they are chilies.
Mr. B.
Plant it and nature will come. We are officially on the final garden bed. The herbs.
The herbs.
And feeling amazing. Got a good feeling about all this.
I can't wait to see it all thrive.
So beautiful.
So the initial plan was just to plant a few passion fruit around the trellis and hope that it all grows up. So this fence on the outside essentially all becomes like a living fence with fruit all hanging off it. But we actually turned out, I bought way too much vegetables to fit in these boxes. I didn't realize how much they separated. So now we're going to plant zucchini, eggplant, cherry tomatoes, capsicum or peppers all around the outside. One final step. Change Wally so he doesn't run him over. That'd be devastating.
God, can you imagine?
Oh man. Classic Wally though. I don't know, we have so many decisions as to where we'll sit to enjoy a beverage.
I know, I actually was thinking I need to invest in more outdoor settings because this is insane.
Come on in, Ock. Way to go.
Cheers,
mate.
guys.
Cheers. Cheers. Another
Cheers, buddy.
successful one.
Glenn was just commenting that it seriously feels like a bit of backyard blitz for any of you that remember that show, getting it all done, the final steps. But I am so happy with it. And we are just going to relax tonight. But tomorrow morning, when the full sun hits it again and these cicadas are down, I'll give you a full tour of it. I just wanted to say once again, I could not thank these two enough. This whole veggie garden has been like a culmination of like 3 weeks plus worth of work really to build it all out, and for them to help me get through this stage that I'd really been putting off because it was so much work. Couldn't be more grateful, and I love that in between my videos now, they're starting to put more up on their channel. So if you haven't gone and checked it out, go check out their channel. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you in the morning. I should also mention, in case you didn't figure it out, but that is the garden bed watering itself while we have a drink. Not a bad system.
When forever comes tomorrow, what has been will always be.
Have a good weekend.
See you guys. Thanks again. All right, well, the cicadas are out again, but the rain is holding off. It is time for a very quick tour, and thank you. You'll also have to indulge me with a little before and after because I am damn proud of this project.
Hear me now and know the truth. Hear the beating of my heart.
Let's start with the tour. So it may not surprise you, but a fair bit of thought has gone into the veggie garden placement. The first one and most accessible is all the herbs. We have them in the first patch. In the next one, I have sweet potato, some capsicum or peppers, and also some asparagus. This one further back, we have watermelon, carrot, and also some peas at the back because apparently peas go well with watermelon. This one is our leafy veg section. So this is spinach and cos lettuce.
Over here we have the tomatoes. I have 3 different varieties of tomatoes, as well as those on the border fence here. I have planted some climbing Roma tomatoes and cherry tomatoes that are going to climb this trellis. Moving on to this one, we have the strawberry patch. So this is 4 strawberries, and then we also have some flowers that are going on the sides of those. Coming full circle, we have capsicum, eggplant. These are gooseberries and some different varieties of capsicum over here. And finally, the hotbed. This, we have multiple different types of spicy chilies, jalapenos. Keep your eye out on this one. I'm excited to try this one, but this is the chili, the Trinidad Moruga Scorpion plus hot. I am so keen now to watch everything grow and see it flourish. That will water these wicking beds for around 2 weeks with that water reservoir, meaning that we're able to go away. It's much lower maintenance. And the beauty is, because I'm off rainwater here, I can just fill them up after a big rain. They're obviously going to get watered from the rain as well. So it's a really environmentally friendly way also to grow your veg. I am just so happy with how everything's turned out, and I am very glad to know that my workers are no longer underpaid. They're no longer going to get scurvy, and they're going to have a full nutritious diet. With saying that, I know I joke about Kendall and Glenn being my workers, but truly, we're all working together on this property to make our own dreams come true, and we have such aligned vision. They're truly becoming a like family to me, and I can only see that continuing. I love the fact that this place is just a step closer to being more self-sufficient, and just like the last one, please like and put a comment on this one if you appreciated all the hard work and thought and everything that went into it. This whole project has just brought up huge feelings of being really grateful for where I live. This is my dream come true, and it continues to evolve. I'm so glad I can share it with you guys. Next week, we are finally going to be jumping back into the bathroom. I plan to have that fully done by the end of the year, so we're running out of time, folks. Please be kind to yourself. I know it's wild times at the moment. Look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I will see you in the next one. And this little gentleman says goodbye too. And don't forget, hit the link in my description below to get 50% off your Headspace subscription with their Black Friday special.